Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me on another episode of my recording. I didn't post anything yesterday. This was my fault. I was being lazy. I did not commit. On the last episode, I discussed insecurities and how insecurities affect us. And what I failed to mention is that there's a very obvious change in me. Like if you can just scroll through my feed, through my channel, and you can see the older video, you can see this between those videos and now, there's clearly an obvious change. So one of the viewers pointed this out, and he said that, Oscar, it's a bit dishonest maybe that you talk about insecurity when you've had this massive change done on you. In 2022, I started consuming a lot of YouTube content. Prior to that, it was always one off, maybe watching a music video here, dance video there, not really consuming YouTube. But in 2022, I stumbled upon, rather, I was introduced to one guy on, a friend introduced me to an Instagram page of a man who had a YouTube channel. The man's name was Wes Watson. Now, for those of you who don't know, Wes Watson had this page on YouTube called Penitentiary Fitness, I believe. And he will talk about his experience being in the California prison system and the things he learned and how he overcame those challenges and became a widely successful man. Now, Wes Watson will talk a lot about working out, overcoming mental hurdles. He had this crazy thing whereby he will say, like, he always wakes up at 2:45 a.m. Now, at the moment, I didn't see how crazy that all was, but the thing is, it motivated me. And at some point, I tried to wake up at 2:45 a.m. and I realized just after 2 days, like, it doesn't work. It can't work. So I tried to change the process and I decided, maybe 4:30 is a reasonable time. So I decided I'll be waking up at 4:30, going to the gym, coming back home, meditating, then doing some writing. I created my own morning routine. Now, Wes Watson, I've said he was widely successful. He will show like his income, like, oh, I made $2 million last month. Now, he was the first guy that who I learned, I wasn't, like I've said, I never really used YouTube. This was my first encounter of someone being this successful through posting content on Instagram and YouTube. $2 million a month. How the hell is this guy doing this? He started posting videos from a park, just like I'm doing. He will set up his camera on a tripod, or rather his iPhone on a tripod, out in the park and just talk. Just yap, 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 yap. And his channel blew up because he seemed so real and so honest and so motivating. I mean, he made this guy who used to wake up only because he had to take his kid to daycare to change and decide, what, I'm going to start waking up at 4:30. And of course, the mansion, he bought a mansion for like 23 million, if I'm not mistaken. This is what I recall. I could be wrong. He bought a mansion for 23 million. He was driving, Lambos and Rolls Royces and all of this. He had like a fleet of supercars. He was basically Andrew Tate before Andrew Tate. They even look the same. They kind of look the same. Now, in 2023, maybe late 2023 or late 2024, people started looking into Wes Watson. And it turned out his stint in the penitentiary was allegedly, I don't know the story, I'm just saying what I recall, was allegedly not what he claimed. Turned out that all of this money he was showing us was allegedly gotten through fraudulent means. Turns out that allegedly the home, the cars, the lambo, turns out the lambo was a rental. That really pissed me off because, like, I believed in this guy. I put my faith in them. And you can say, Oscar, you're a fool for putting your faith in YouTubers. But this was someone whose story motivated me to change. I locked in partly because of this guy's message. And to find out later that he was lying to us, that really discouraged me. Like, to this point, when I see a Wes Watson video, they pop up once in a while, I feel sick. Like, I can't watch this guy. He's a joke. So when this guy sent me a message saying, Oscar, like, obviously you're talking about insecurities and how they affect someone's life, and how really the insecurities are all in your head. People don't care about things as much as you. Well, Oscar, you made this big change because of your insecurity. Why then are you talking to us about overcoming insecurities? Obviously, you didn't overcome. You took a shortcut. And as I'm thinking about this and I'm recalling how I was motivated and inspired by Wes Watson, who turned out allegedly to be fraudulent, a liar basically, I said, like, man, am I already, with my 6 viewers, becoming that guy? The guy who's making up fake stories just to get clicks on YouTube. I don't want to be that guy. Like, I feel like going to AA, admitting my weakness, admitting powerlessness, going through the steps, choosing to be radically honest to a degree. I don't want to start walking backwards and say, you know what, like, one lie, this small lie here makes sense. It's for the clicks. I want to eventually become a successful YouTuber. It makes sense if I lie just a bit here and there. If one day I have 1 million subs, then I'll be honest. That's not how it works. That's not how I want to be. And that's not the message I want to pass on to you, dear viewer. That being said, for those who might not take the time to go through my past videos and notice the change made in Oscar, I'm going to be revealing that to you here. And what is the change, dear viewer? The Lambo is a rental.